Hello, this is Dr. Kell from the WCTC Library. Today we will be discussing the difference between popular magazines, trade publications, and scholarly journals. At first glance, it may be difficult to determine if a periodical is popular, trade, or scholarly, and also knowing when to use them. So let's discuss what's in each. As we can see, some popular magazines are listed on the side here: Ebony Magazine, Vanity Fair. These magazines are going to be glossy. They'll have a lot of pictures as well as advertisements. They will cover a variety of events and a lot of popular topics. They may have beauty section, a celebrity section, news, that type of thing. They're going to be written for a general audience. So the articles are going to be easier to read, and the articles are also going to be a shorter length. And they are written by people who are journalists or poets, people who write fiction, people who write essays, not necessarily scholars. Both Vanity Fair and Ebony are popular magazines that cover a variety of topics. So for right here, we see Vanity Fair. We can see at the top, there's some advertisements, just like you would in the magazine. We can see that it covers a variety of topics: business, politics, technology, etc. And so even though business is a portion of this particular magazine, we know that this is not a, see another, something else pops up in here, but this is not particularly a quote unquote business or trade magazine or a scholarly journal. This is just for popular use. And you see there's a lot of pop-ups that keep coming up. But even if, let's say, if we look at some of the articles that are there, the articles are shorter in length, and again, you can see these advertisements that are there. And same with Ebony Magazine also. At the top, you see advertisements, and also at the bottom, you can click on different articles, like they have beauty. There's a wide variety of different topics that are there. The articles are a little bit shorter for you to read. And again, even though they do have a finance, career and finance section, that's not the main goal of this particular publication. Then, when we look at trade publications, they are going to also kind of be glossy. They will have ads, but the ads are going to be more industry related. There's going to be industry trends covered, as well as news and statistics. The jargon may be specific, the wording jargon may be specific to people who are in the industry. So these business publications are probably going to use more business type of jargon. The articles are going to be shorter, and they're going to be written by people who are in the field, industry practitioners as well as professional writers. These are some examples of trade publications. So for instance, Bloomberg Business Week, we can see it here. If you notice at the top, there's still ads, much like a popular magazine. However, you'll notice that with this one, a lot of the jargon that's being used is specific to people in the business field. And if you take a look at any of the articles, you'll see kind of the same thing, like as with our popular magazines. The articles are a lot shorter. So this is our example with Bloomberg, as well as with Harvard Business Review. And so again, you can click on the different articles that they do have available. You may see some ads there. And then also what you may notice is, for instance, with this one, it may tell you that you need to, like, for instance, sign in or log in, or that you can't read any more articles. So this one is telling me you are reading your last free article. It tells me down at the bottom of the screen, and I'd have to create an account. But you can also access this particular periodical through the library. We have it available through our subscription database, which I'll get to later on in this video. Finally, with a scholarly journal, the articles that are in here are going to be very serious. Even just from the covers, you can tell that this is very serious. It's very plain. There's going to be few colors, few advertisements. It's going to cover original research and scholarship. It's used not only by scholars, but professors, researchers, graduate students, students within that particular field. The articles are going to be a lot longer than it would in a magazine or a trade publication. And again, it's going to be written by scholars in. Okay, so I'm inside of Journal of Business Ethics, one of our many business journals that we have access to. And so I'm just going to browse through here and select an issue just so we can see the type of articles that are available there. So we see some different articles. They're all related to business, and not only just business, but the ethics in business. If I click on PDF full text, then the article comes up and I can see there's no advertisements on here. It's pretty much just black and white. And we look at this, it tells us it's 19 pages. So it's a very long article. This is all one journal article. And then there's a long list of references at the end of this. So we kind of, when we're thinking about the difference between, our magazine and our journal, we can see just from this example right here, and most of them are going to look something like this. They're pretty much in black and white. They're very lengthy. And then the authors are going to be scholars and researchers. If you come to the library, you can find many of these periodicals and more. You can see if within the library, they're here on our shelves, but you can also access our periodicals online, and that includes popular magazines as well as trade publications and scholarly journals. If you click on the arrow that says search articles only, and then you want to click on the link that says find print and digital journals or magazines by subject or title from our publications list. And then there's an example down there of I typed in Harvard Business Review, and then I would just click on one of those links there, probably Business Source Complete, and then I could search within the publication, or I could browse it by year. So thank you so much for coming in or listening to this, and we hope to see you in the WCTC library. And if we don't see you in person, we definitely hope that you would use our online services as you are going through your project.